Amy headed to the store to buy some medicine, but the clerk handed her painkillers instead. This practiced motion made Amy realize that her domestic abuse was already common knowledge. In this awkward situation, Amy mustered up the courage to ask if they had any medication to help with alcohol addiction, but the clerks didn't believe her husband would ever quit drinking. Nonetheless, Amy purchased the medicine and, before leaving, implored the staff to keep the matter confidential. Upon returning home, she carefully ground the pills into a powder and sprinkled it into the simmering lamb stew. Little did Amy know that this seemingly simple act would nearly cost her her life. Meanwhile, her husband was struggling at work. Despite spending a decade hitting the books to transition from a rural village to a government job in the big city, he found himself constantly assigned to clean toilets by his boss. Frustrated, he downed an entire bottle of liquor before staggering home. As he passed the corner store, he bought another bottle, only to be questioned by the clerk about his supposed sobriety. This encounter only added fuel to the fire of his already foul mood. Reeking of alcohol, he stormed into the house, yanking the curtains shut. Under his breath, he began to mutter complaints about his mother-in-law's excessive meddling in their lives. Though his voice was low, it was filled with barely contained rage. He took a swig of liquor and stumbled towards his wife, asking what delicious meal she was preparing. He demanded that Amy taste the lamb first. Unsurprisingly, Amy once again endured wave after wave of violent assault. The following morning, her husband attempted to placate her with his usual sweet talk, but this time, Amy refused to forgive him. At the same time, her mother stood anxiously in the hallway, terrified that one day her daughter would be beaten to death by that brutish son-in-law. Finally, Amy had an epiphany, resolving to break free from her abuser. Just as mother and daughter were plotting their escape, the mother received a call from the police station, requesting their immediate cooperation with an investigation. As it turned out, Jack, unable to bear watching Amy suffer any longer, had used his connections to report her husband to the authorities. Upon arriving at the station, Amy realized that someone had stepped in to help, reporting her husband's abuse.